WAUKESHA Hispanic Collaborative Network es una organización hispana que es modelo sobre cómo varias agencias de servicio pueden trabajar juntas para ayudar a que sus servicios lleguen a una mayor cantidad de latinos. En esta historia que nuestro productor Johnny Munoz nos trae, miembros de la organización nos cuentan sobre los éxitos y las metas conseguidas en sus 10 años de existencia.
The WAUKESHA Hispanic Collaborative Network is a consortium of 40 nonprofit organizations that work to meet the unmet needs of the Latino community here in WAUKESHA. We started identifying unmet needs within the community about 10 years ago, and so we developed a network of all these nonprofits that work to meet the unmet needs of the Latino community.
ProHealth was part of a network of organizations that were actually looking at the diversity within Waukesha County, and specifically the Hispanic health needs, and realized that they were pretty fragmented and often duplicated. What's suggested is that we do a survey of a lot of organizations and find out what was some of the needs of the Hispanic population.
The vision and the mission statement for the WAUKESHA Hispanic Collaborative Network is very simple. We want to provide services, healthcare, educational, dental, emotional services to the Latino community in Waukesha.
There were many people that were very concerned about the Hispanic community, and they were all off doing their own things, but we didn't have a central organization, a central core, something where we could touch base with each other and help each other to reach our goals better. And then when the WAUKESHA Hispanic Collaborative Network came along, much through the work of Deb Zebarth and Terry Terrell, I was with them from the very beginning, and this was a very exciting organization for me because we were finally working together for the same cause.
We identified 4 major concerns within the Latino community. First of all, access to health care was very important. So we devised a health access action team that puts a health fair on for Latinos in Waukesha that talks about health care needs from infancy into the elderly. The second concern that we had within the community was education. We wanted our Latino youth, K through 12 and post-high school students to have an opportunity to learn and to grow within our community. So we developed an education action team, and they put on an education fair in collaboration with WCTC to provide educational information to parents and young people. Another concern that we had early on was the need for dental services in Waukesha County. At that time, we were busing children to Marquette Dental Clinic to get dental services. So we wanted to have something in our own community that would meet those needs. So we developed a dental action team, and because of that team, we now have our own dental clinic here in Waukesha. The other action team that we identified is how can we work with families to make sure that their needs are being met within our community. So we developed a family empowerment action team. And that action team works to provide forums for families on a variety of topics, from internet safety, drugs and alcohol, education, cultural differences. We do a parenting class in Spanish, and these are all geared to improve the lives of the families living in Waukesha County.
There was a committee that was brought together, and 2 efforts developed out of that committee. One was the Hispanic Collaborative Network, just the idea of bringing all the organizations in Waukesha County together that provide services for the Hispanic population. That in itself was very unique because when you bring those organizations together and they start to talk about what services they provide and start to see the duplication that had occurred, and they start to talk about how can we provide services better for this population, it becomes a very powerful thing. And so initially, I think there was probably about 20 different organizations that came together. So I came on board with that in 2004. I co-chair with Terry Terrell, and then in 2005 I became chair, and I was chair for 4 years.
I see that we have an awful lot of resources, and what many Hispanics need is access to those resources. It's like connecting the resources to the people. It's not that we need to create more resources, we just need better utilization and information for the people to be able to connect to those resources.
There's organizations that are coming to us. I mean, one of the things that occurred while I was chair was there were linkages with other like organizations in Milwaukee and in Madison. And it was exciting to see that they were coming to us to say, we hear what's happening in Waukesha County, we'd like to duplicate this.
We have grown tremendously. We have grown from a group of people sitting around a couple tables and talking about, hey, wouldn't this be great to have something where people can get together, organizations can get together and share their experiences and help each other, to an organization that has well over 50 people that come to our quarterly meetings. It's absolutely phenomenal how much it's grown and how much we're able to connect with each other. At our quarterly meetings, we actually use the opportunity to be able to network with each other, and that's a huge part of what we do.
Today, the Waukesha Hispanic Collaborative Network is celebrating more than 10 years of service to the Latinos in Waukesha County. Secondly, in December of 2012, we attained our 501c3 status, so we are now our own nonprofit organization. In the past, ProHealth was our fiscal agent, and the decision was made that we were going to go out on our own.
We had started out with the Waukesha Hispanic Collaborative Network under the ProHealth Care. We had moved around through different organizations. We had our meetings in different locations, but finally we decided it was time to become our own organization, and so we became a 501c3, and that's what we're celebrating tonight, is being a 501c3 and having successfully established ourselves as our own organization, not underneath the wings of another organization.
The benefits of being our own 501c3 is that we have our own identity. So we have a board of directors, we have, of course, our vision and mission statement is we also have our bylaws. So we have an opportunity to grow the organization as the needs of the Latino community change here in Waukesha.
We're celebrating the success of shared visioning, of shared outcomes, both. It's something that we can celebrate in Waukesha County is how well our agencies and organizations work, just so well together.
We really feel that this might be an opportunity for us to grow the organization as the needs of the Latino population continue to grow. We know by the year 2050, 1 in 4 people living in the United States will be Latino. And we also know that we need to get ready to provide those families with the services that they need. Regarding the Affordable Health Care Act, we're very instrumental in providing information to the Latino community about signing up for health care and what all the new regulations that are coming out. It's really challenging because the rules change often with a new initiative like that. One of the chairpersons for the health access team is a Molina employee. So he's an insurance person who is helping individuals sign up for the Affordable Care Act and educate individuals about the Affordable Care Act. So here in Waukesha, there are many initiatives that started way back, I would say in mid-July, that are trying to educate the individuals in our community about the changes in healthcare. One of the things that I think is very important about this network that is for the Latinos is that the leadership of this team is also Latino. We're in collaboration with the Anglo community and the other ethnicities in our community, but the leadership is really coming from Latinos for Latinos. I think that's so important to remember. I think that one of the things that's important to note is that many of us have taken a program called the Latino Nonprofit Leadership Program at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, headed by Dr. Enrique Figueroa. And the skills that he taught us in leadership have brought us to leadership positions within this network. And the fact that we now have Latinos leading this network is just very exciting to me.